My name is Coach Veronica Marie, and I'm here to help you live a healthier and a happier life. Today, we're looking at what it means to be a disembodied woman. As you listen to this teaching, if you discover you would like some assistance in coaching, you can reach me on my website at veronicamarie.com. Now, there are many reasons why a woman might live in a way that is disconnected from her body. And it's usually not because she is choosing it. It's usually because it's some coping mechanism, some type of way of adapting to her environment, experiences, and relationships. What I mean by disembodied, I mean living disconnected from the body such that the mind and the body are not aligned. Sometimes we go into safety and survival. If we have experienced a lot of trauma in our life, no matter how intense the trauma was, it had an effect. It had an effect. So, trauma like criticism, chronic criticism, emotional abuse, emotional neglect, harassments, and such, living in these kind of environments can really cause a woman to go into coping. The coping begins to be a type of protective cocoon for her soft inner parts. And feeling less can sometimes feel safer than feeling all the feels. Sometimes a woman is disconnected from her body because she lives mostly in her mind. She does not feel, she thinks. And I can relate to thinking deeply, but not feeling deeply many times in my life. Sometimes when we are very smart or highly intelligent, productive, logical, strategic, sometimes people hold that in such a high priority that living from our feeling nature is not applauded so loud. So unconsciously, we can go into valuing those parts over our feeling, even within ourselves. Sometimes there's shame around the body. We have so many cultural messages, so much body shaming, so much consideration of how to shift and change the body that we may unconsciously take in those messages and forget to cherish and dote on the body that we have because we're busy judging it by the judgmental standards given to us by society. It's really difficult to inhabit a body that you don't like. Sometimes the caretaking patterns within us cause us to live a disconnected life, especially as a mother, where you have to constantly put someone else's needs as a priority, causing self to fall to the back burner. And if we don't reach around and make sure we tend to ourselves, then going into caretaking mode can leave us ignoring signals and signs from our bodies. Sometimes those signals and signs are simply that we need some water or we're hungry or have to go to the bathroom or would like a hug or even a sexual connection. Sometimes unprocessed emotions can cause us to live a disconnected life, mind disconnected from body, because those emotions can feel so uncomfortable, so tense, so bothersome that it may be easier to reason away or intellectualize in order to get to a space of normalcy. Avoiding emotions may cause us to avoid the body's feeling as well. Sometimes we are disconnected from our desire because we've gotten certain messages that desire is bad, desire is sinful, desire is evil. And very rarely do we ask, what do I actually want? We're usually in the mode of, what do I have to do? And that's why I encourage women, and I even do this myself, in every situation, no matter what, I ask myself, what do I really want? And even if I have to do something that I don't want to do, I make sure that I feel soothed and heard within the process. And I do this within myself. And sometimes we're stressed out, we're overworked, we're burned out. We can't give one more thought to one more thing, and that leads to disconnected disembodiment life. We need to be connected to our body's wisdom. Our body is innate intelligence, and it starts with having an appreciation for the body. Having an appreciation for the body can look many different ways, and I could suggest those ways, but here I leave you at a point of reflection. How can I live a life that includes my emotions, sensations, desires, and needs? How can I create scenarios each day where my needs, desires, and such feel attended to? An interesting question isn't really, why do I live this embodied life? Why am I here? But noticing the things that I've mentioned, the paths that lead us to disembodiment can help us shift. We already know it's a coping mechanism. It's something that helps us stay alive. But the things that take us away from living fully, from the wisdom of our body, from living fully in appreciation of our body, those things need to be examined and shifted.